Brooklyn Bridge in New York when all the arrests happened, I heard.
Yeah, there's 9 of us who left here from London for New York for the weekend.
When you guys got down there, you pretty much just caught up with the parade that was heading over to the bridge?
Yeah, we got into town a little bit before the march started, got there to meet some people, see the setup they had, which is really cool. They have a library there, a kitchen, tons of people across the country, even people from Egypt are calling in food orders to like local places and getting food delivered there. There's a health center and like a medic place. There's sleeping areas. They've got it really set up pretty well. And within like about an hour of us getting there, they started the march, which was confined to the sidewalk until the bridge because the police didn't let us take the road, and they had the cops on bikes all along our path. And then when we got to the point where we went to the bridge, we had to cross the crosswalk, and when we started to, the group just kept going and didn't brake, so the traffic was blocked. And the little bridge going over the roadway, because there was like a pedestrian walkway, was really small, and it was like a big bottleneck then, so everyone just went onto the bridge, and the cops kind of lined it up looking like it was like to march on the bridge. And so a lot of people in the protest didn't know that they were going to be facing arrest even at all, because it looked like the march was heading right over the bridge, and most people were on the bridge. So
a lot of people have been saying that the police sort of purposefully broke up the crowd perhaps and led some of these people in that direction.
Yeah, when you get a crowd of that size crossing a bridge, like walking through traffic, like, you know what I mean? There's not one direction. It's a lot of things played a role in it happening.
So after you saw the video of the arrests, just what was your feeling about that? Like,
I was just happy. It was such a great moment. Being on the bridge with all those people, there's so many different signs, and some people have been kind of critical of saying it's like doesn't have a one set of goals or anything, and it's true. I think we should be pretty critical and critically analyze it as we continue, but I think we should continue like the conversation and figure out what it is we do need, because there's a lot of people who need a lot of different things, and they're all legitimate, and a lot of it's the same thing and just talked about in different discourses that people are used to. And it's great that people are starting to like kind of unite across like lines really didn't used to. And it really reminded me of the summer when I was in Truro. When I left, there was 300,000 people there, and like just the energy, people being involved and participating and figuring shit out among themselves. It felt the same as that on the bridge, and I was just so excited to feel like that in North America, because that was definitely a first.
So do you think this is the beginning of a North American autumn, winter?
I'm hopeful. Who knows? Let's see what happens.
Right on. So did you get charged with anything when you were there?
Yeah, I ended up with 4 charges. I have a court date to go back in November, but I would encourage other people considering participating in the movement to face like the same level of risk I did if you're like in a legal position to be able to, because the consequences so far have been manageable. I'm still able to cross the borders and travel and things, so it's definitely worth it from my point of view.
What do you think about all these other October 15th things that are going on around the world that everybody's starting to plan on?
I'm really excited. I can't wait to see what all happens, and it's a lot of people starting to get involved, and that's exactly what I think we need, and it's kind of exactly what the other side is terrified of.
Do you think there's some underlying messages that most of the people there, even though they're from a lot of different groups, do agree with?
A lot of the overarching messages are that these huge gigantic financial corporations that we bailed out are, if they're too big to fail, then the slogan was, we need to be too big to jail, because why? It's like a welfare state for the wealthy. These companies, some of these companies don't pay any taxes, and yet people work their asses off all day, all year, and pay income tax. Why can't these big companies? And a lot of people have just been getting the shit ended to the deal for too long, and this is what happened. People were there saying end the U.S. funding to Israel, end Israeli apartheid kind of thing, to the other end of being, there's like Ron Paul supporters there. Like there was a lot of different groups who were showed up because a lot of people are not okay with the way things are going. A soldier who was there in his Marine outfit saying, he was actually a high school teacher and he had been in Desert Storm, and his sign said, "This is the second time I fought for my country and the first time I knew who my enemy was." There's like a huge variety of people with a lot of similar messages.
So would you do that again, Travis?
Absolutely. On October 15th, occupy Bay Street.
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 On October 15th, occupy Bay Street.
Yeah!